Greetings of the day. In this presentation, we are going to have a look at strategic integration of IT in organizations. I'm Jacob Ennin, a doctoral student from California Intercontinental University. This presentation is in fulfillment of my doctoral research for Information Technology in Organization IST 630. For every strategic IT integration into organizations, there are two big major perspectives that we are supposed to consider, which happens to be the process optimization and data-driven decision making. In view of that, when we talk about process optimization, the benefit is to streamline the business processes that can enhance efficiency and reduce operational costs and improve service quality. Nonetheless, there is a need or a very strong need for data-driven decision where top-level management can leverage on the IT digital analytical tools to allow the organization to make a decision and well-informed decision based on real-time information. This also enables them to have competitive advantage over their clients. Now, the importance of IT in organizational strategy. We are going to have a digest perspective based on competitive edge, operational efficiency, data-driven decision making, customer engagement, and scalability opportunities. Talking about how we can best utilize it with respect to competitive edge, we can utilize IT for enhanced market responsive and innovation approaches. We can also leverage and look at it from the point whereby we can implement automation to reduce costs and streamline workflow for operational efficiency. We must better appreciate and understand that we are actually heading towards a point whereby there's going to be perpetual marriage between human intelligence and artificial intelligence. This is to improve the world of work. Data-driven decision making is going to help us in terms of strategic planning and execution, quick turnaround time for digital, and better loyalty across our flexibilities. Let's look at some of the challenges that is borne by IT integrations. But primarily, we can measure them under three perspectives: cultural shift, resource allocation, integration strategy. When we want to look at it from the perspective of the cultural shifts, facilitating a change in a mindset across all levels of human race in an organization is imperative for successful IT integration. Moreover, there's a need for you to also consider the effective budgeting and allocation of both financial and human resource for critical integration of these processes. We can also look at it from the point whereby you have to develop a clear, actionable strategy that align with IT solutions within the business goals to enhance streamline integration. Some of the gaps that has been identified in terms of analysis, the current against the desired state that we intend to look at. For every major shift or change in the IT technology drive, we may want to look at it from the 4 points of the current state of the solution, the legacy system, the limit of the organizational agility and its responsiveness, the data practices and inconsistency and its inefficiency. We may want to consider the distinguish between the misalignment between the IT and the business strategies. These are some of the things that actually help us to be able to push ourselves to have a desired state where we can have full integration of the IT system across all departments and business units, consistency in the efficient data sharing, then we can be able to build what we call a single source of truth across the enterprise. Strong technology enabling organization in its agility and innovation. In this conversation has to bet what we call the action plan. We conduct a thorough assessment of existing IT systems, implement a unified data management strategy across teams, invest in upgrading technology infrastructure and tools by also leveraging on the cloud application and the cloud solutions. Create a collaborative framework between IT teams and then the business units. Now, with respect to the practice of IT integrations, there must be certain clear goals that must be defined for which we can establish the migration initiative. There should be a stakeholder buy-in. We should have a real definition of the resource allocation. We should have a very strong change management plan to implement a structured approach to the organizational change. Data governance cannot be overlooked because it is very required for us because data is a new oil. Training program and initiatives, continuous improvement and performance adaptation. Now, for a case study within the successful IT integration, we may want to look at the problem that has been faced, the current state, inadequate communication between IT and business team, solution offered, the implementation integrated platform for seamless collaborations, the benefit that is going to outline with respect to return on investment, enhance productivity through improved teamwork and alignments. The tools and technologies for integration becomes our enabler. We may have to use leverage on cloud-based integration platforms such as Oracle or Zapier to streamline workflow between applications, enabling real-time data synchronization and improve cross-department collaboration with heavy IT overhead. In all these conversations, there is a need for a framework that is going to govern the alignment of these strategies. You may want to consider from these three respective buckets. The top-down approach, where leadership-driven IT planning and execution may actually occur. We may also want to bed up the bottom-up approach, where the grassroots input shaping IT priorities for which can be considered in the iteration of the development of the solutions. Where we can also have the balanced approach, where we may want to look at it from the top and bottom approach, hear out all the stakeholders or the innovations or the viewpoints in order to actually shape the definition of these solutions across the organizational alignment and strategies. In every measuring of IT solutions, it is a critical viewpoint to have a solution dashboard that will be able to use to measure the critical aspects of the project in terms of the development, integration rate of success, the benefits of the distribution, be it efficiency, cost saving, agility, satisfaction. This dashboard is just highly a hypothesis of what we intend to do based on IT metrics that has been given. Budget is not overlooked. Track the budget, track the completion of the project, track the efficiency of the project, track the system uptime, the turnaround time, the uptime of the system, utilization, and the responsiveness of the application. We may also have to look at the future trend in IT integration or the future trend of work. We have AI tools, cloud migration, cybersecurity focus, data-driven insights, IoT, Internet of Things integration into our embedded to monitor our real-time asset systems within the organization. Agile methodologies to enable us to be very flexible in terms of expansion or scalability, collaboration tools, and blockchain technologies across the enterprise. Building an IT-centric organizational culture comes down with six primarily distinct areas that must be focused on. Evaluate the IT capabilities and the culture, have a thorough assess on the systems, engage the stakeholders in their cultural transformation initiatives, have a substantive training plan to provide ongoing IT education and training programs based on the business process, the future works activity, and also the technological change. Also implement what we call the adaptive AI tools and system across business units. Monitor and track the progress of the measure that has impact of the change. And last but not the least, to look at the evolve continuous adoption of the technological advancement because it is not an event, but it's a continuous improvement to ensure that we operate within speed, efficiency, quality, and accuracy. Innovation through IT integration birthed three major conversations of the research: data analytics, cloud solution, automation tools. All these things come together to give you a very strong model, which also look at it from the point of agility and cost-effective control. Emerging technologies and future trends of work. We may not be able to have a conversation on this in this modern technological drive without looking at artificial intelligence and machine learning from the technological point of view, augmented reality applications, blockchain for data security, and predictive analytics for advancement in terms of our quick turnaround time and decision making into the business. Our conclusion and takeaway happens to be on the importance of IT alignments, investing in training, adoption of emerging technologies, evaluate and adapt so that you can remain relevant in the changing landscape of the technology. Thank you so much. This is the list of references that was used in order to extract and get our research documentation in place for IT in organization integration. Thank you.